Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a disaster. I just had a hot flash. I'm kind of warm. I have a cat on me. She always wants to be on me when I'm boiling hot. Welcome to Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. I have to tell you some stuff that's going on. What's going on with that? Here's what's going on here. All right, remember how I hadn't heard from Tony or anything? First of all, let me reverse this. Back whenever, the second that I was allowed to tell people about the store closing, oh my God, I'm terrible. My hair is hideous. The first person I reached out to was Kathy at the boutique, because that's where I wanted to work, is the boutique. Get off me! Sorry. And so I went in, and she really wasn't, sure, blah, blah, blah. And then a friend of mine named Sherry told me that she had asked her ages ago if, she could work there part-time, and she didn't need anybody. And so I figured I kind of wrote that off and went on with the day. And then the Tony thing, I wasn't sure what was happening and all this. So Mick and Jason came in the other day, and they were like, said, do you know anything about the diner yet? And I said, no, not really. I mean, it's kind of confusing. I went over there like Friday and gave her my number, and she asked when the store closed and everything. I told her the 23rd. I'm going to shut this window. Hold on. Now I'm going to be cold. And, it was just up in the air and confusing. And so Mick was so funny. He was like, if you want me to, I'll march over there right now and say, you better scoop her up. Would you stop it? She's needing, Bernie is. And hire her right away, and how wonderful I am and all this jazz as a waitress. Because I used to be in that business 1,000 years ago. I worked at Mama Bear's for 11 years, and then I moved on to Driftwood and Forest View. And then I think I was at Forest View about a year at the same time that I was at the paper. And then finally I gave that up and just was strictly paper. Now I'm back to having 18 jobs again. So 18 jobs and a dozen roses. Okay, based on 18 wheels and a dozen roses, the country song, with which I'm sure you're not familiar. You might be. Some of you might be. So I said no. Actually, Mick's husband, Jason, said, I don't think it's a good idea for you to do that, for Mick to go barging in there and say stuff. So, meanwhile, a guy named Denny Vernasoni, a man whose name I love to say, stopped into the store as well, and we're all visiting. And he's like, so, you're going to be working at the diner? And I looked at him and I said, am I? I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard from the woman or anything. And then he said, if you want me to, I'll just go over there right now and tell her that she should get you on board and all this jazz. And I'm like, I don't know if that'd be a good idea. One thing led to another, and Denny Vernasoni actually went over there, had a bowl of chili, and talked to her about it, and she asked if I was good and all this, and he said, is she good? And he just, sang my praises and all this jazz. Meanwhile, I have not even, done this in years, but I'm really not worried about the table waiting. It's like kind of the menu, I need to learn it, and the abbreviations, how they like to do, and like running the register. That always just worries me to death. So anyhow, at least I know how to make change instead of using that idiot button. Okay. That's what we called it at Mama Bear's, the idiot button. We're so rude. Okay, so one thing led to another. And he came back and told me that he had spoke, what she said, am I good and all this and blah, blah. And that she was going to get with me after the store closes, which is this Saturday. And I'm working that day. I had forgotten. Now I've got something in my eye. I had forgotten that I'm working that day at the store. So I guess I'll be the last one to say goodbye. I don't know. I think, yeah, I will be. Because Amy has her daughter is heavily into sports and stuff. Her one daughter. And she's pretty good, too. Like, she made, whatever. I'll get into that another time. She's a good athlete. So, yeah. Life goes on. Yesterday morning, or was it this morning? No, it was yesterday morning at 10 o'clock. I can't keep track. The phone rang, and it was Tony from the diner. Lisa, I'm wondering if you can work, if we can, try this out on Saturday. And I said, well, I can't really because I'm going to be working at the store. It's our last day. And she's like, how about Sunday at 8 o'clock? That's another thing. The hours are 6 to 2, and I'm going to have to start getting up at 5 in the morning when I work over there. And, oh, my God, I'm just so used to not doing that. It's unreal. But I'll adjust, So I said, okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll see you Sunday at 8 o'clock. So evidently I'll be with someone else, and they'll show me the ropes. Hopefully, I hope they have somewhat of a training program, because a lot of places don't. They just throw you an apron and say, hit the road. Good luck. I'm a stickler for good training, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. So life goes on, and today I heard my little ding go off for my messenger just as I was fixing to email my clients for the newspaper job I still have selling advertising. And it's Kathy at the boutique. She's like, I lost your number. Can you get with me? So I immediately called her. She's wondering, can I cover for her when she's on vacation in May? And meanwhile, I just made a blacksmith appointment, by the way, for May 11, I think it is, at 10 in the morning. They really need done, and so that's the soonest he could get me in there. I can make appointments on Wednesday because the diner is closed every Wednesday. So I went ahead and did that. But meanwhile, now Kathy wants me to go over there. And between myself and this woman who I call Mrs. Catellis, because she is my elder and I went to school with her kids, Mrs. Catellis and I are going to be covering these shifts or whatever. So I told her about Tony. I told her how I'm working at the diner. And I'm going to have to figure out what's going on there and then see what I can work in with her deal. But meanwhile, this week, like Monday, whenever I can, I'm going to have to go over to the boutique. It's called Lavender Blue at the lake, on the lake, at the lake. It's not really called at the lake, on the lake, at the lake. It's Lavender Blue at the lake. I'm pretty sure. Lavender Blue. I always just call it the boutique. So I'm going to have to go over there and see. What worries me about that is nothing at all other than running the register. And she has, it's not really a register, but I call them registers. She has something called Square, or I forget what it's called. She asked if I could do it. And the funny thing is, I went in there recently to get, just to look around. Then I ended up buying a skirt, which I've not been able to wear yet because it's been freezing cold. And I got a shirt, which I'm going to wear it to my reunion, my high school reunion, like 80 years or something. Graduated 80 years ago this summer. But Mrs. Catellis actually was having a hard time ringing me up. And so I helped her through it simply by reading the prompts. So I don't think it's that difficult, but I'm not used to it. What I liked about the boutique, about Amy's store now and again, is most everything. But what I really liked about it, in terms of just the way things worked, when somebody bought something, is we wrote it down. We wrote down a number. It was all written on a sheet. You know what I'm saying? Like a double copy deal. A receipt. I don't know what I'm saying here. And, the item number, and then she had the inventory books and you cross through and all that, which I call doing paperwork. And then, she had the cash drawer, if they paid cash. And the credit card machine was really easy to run. It's totally easy. A couple of the customers, one I dealt with, had something where you lay your phone over top of it and it takes it that way. And she would just come around the counter and do it. So no problems at all. Easy to do. It kept up my change-making abilities, which, a lot of people cannot make change these days. You know what I mean by making change. I know anybody over the age of 40 will. So that's the story. Now I have 18 jobs. Now what will happen is tomorrow the phone will ring, and it'll be Betty over at Timberland Floral, which I called her because she's a one-man band now. And I asked her, I said, look, I don't have any experience with flowers or whatever, to be honest, but she has little gifts and things like that. And I could be told, Lisa, here's how you make an arrangement. Jab this here, hand me that. I could do that. So I said, do you ever need any help over there? And she's like, it just depends on the day. Sometimes she's really busy. She might have a funeral or wedding or, whatever. And so I gave her my number. So I bet you tomorrow she'll call me and say, I need some people in May. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. That's kind of a joke, but I am pretty excited about both opportunities. I just hope that I can do both. I hope I can learn both. And I hope that, I can work between the two ladies without making them irritated with me. In terms of realizing this isn't I'm not going to be full-time anywhere because I have the paper. And the other thing about the boutique is I can actually take my paper, newspaper stuff there for when so that's what I used to do at now and again as well. I don't think I could really do that at the diner. It'd be too, because you have people in there or whatever. Oh my God, almost 10 minutes. I think that's it, Fort Pitt. I've already done my Ears Acres deal. I have a lovely leftover type meal in the oven right now. It's a ham, broccoli, cheese, and rice, and other things casserole. It's really good for leftovers on the holidays. I would imagine you could do the same thing with turkey. Because, if you have leftover vegetable tray stuff, you can steam the broccoli, and I did the, red peppers a little bit, and just whip stuff in. It has sour cream and rice, and I learned an excellent way to do rice in the microwave, ladies and gentlemen. Turned out beautifully. I cannot go on enough about it. But I'm going to stop right now because I'm at 10 minutes in. So that's in the oven. I'm going to go check on it. I'm signing off here on Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging in a shirt that belonged to Fred DeWalt, while coming at you with thoughts of the day. My mom got him this for his birthday. Please drop your political identities. Let's focus on issues. Leave labels at the door. Research before you judge. Remember, war is a racket. Don't take my word for it. Check out General Smedley Butler and what he had to say. Bye.